Alright, here is the third Unique Toys Palm Collection Blue Cat and Naughty, which are, as you can see, little headmasters. I never got the Hard Head and Skull Cruncher set to check out. If you remember, I did Chrome Dome and Weird Wolf, or Tom and Jerry as they were calling them back in the day, or as they're officially calling them. I don't know what I'm saying. Back in the day is when I reviewed it, like 2 months ago. Anyway, enough rambling. And you can see it's Brainstorm and Mind Wipe. And they're pretty cool. Brainstorm's jet mode is obviously a little sminched in various directions, but is in fact a spaceship. And Naughty's little bat mode is semi-decent for a bat. They do have very, very tiny little headmaster dudes, which ride inside of them. I mean, and they're teensy, like they're like the size of like my pinky tip. I don't have a penny, or I would show you, but they're very, very small. And they fold in half to form the head, just like you would expect. So we'll go ahead and transform Naughty here. Well, actually, let's get Blue Cat's little head guy out. His little Arcana. And again, he's a little robot, folds in half to form little head. And it is, I don't know if you can tell, but it is a based on his colors and his face are based on the Japanese version, where he had a mouth and not a faceplate, and he had some of the darker gray / black plastic on him, or paint drops. But yeah, so you take Naughty's gun off, this piece flips down and around like that, bring the legs down, bring them out and about, push this up through here, and bring the legs down, flip the feet forward, flip his, wrong way, flip his little bat feet back, rotate him at the bicep, and then the wings can kind of fold up. You can pose them however you want. They're hinged here and they're hinged here, so you can position the wings however you want. They don't rotate this way. And these little tabs right here, you'll know you want to bring these down straight like this, because these little tabs are what the feet peg onto in bat mode. Yeah, this kind of just folds up onto his backside, and the bat head folds down into the body. You can turn it around if you wish. And you see that hinge comes up. Then you just plug his headmaster on, and there he is in robot mode. He does have a little opening panel for his tech specs and his pistol. Because of the way the head works, there's no head articulation, but he's got ball joints at the shoulder, ball joints at the elbow, ball joints at the hip, ball joints at the knee, and there is a little bit of ankle tilt, which they didn't have to include, but they did, as well as some toe articulation. So there's Naughty. And we'll get Blue Cat over here. Once we get him standing, there we go. Put your feet flat. There we go. Then Blue Cat, you take these off. Just unpeg these little guns from the side of his cockpit here. And what's cool is, like, this is one leg, and this back here is the other, which I thought was kind of a nifty transformation. So you bring these down, untab that from here. Rotate this. Come on. Well, there's his tech spec flap. Bring the knees down and around. Fold this whole, you gotta lift this up. Fold this whole assembly up into here. Flip the tech specs up. Flip that down, so you see he's got the flip up tech spec panel there versus flipping down. The legs come down. You want to fold these landing gear in. Rotate them at the knee, lift this up, rotate this whole piece around, and this piece folds back to form the rest of the foot. Same over here, slightly different pieces. You want to straighten this out and then fold the whole thing back and around to form the foot. Fold his little wings up, bring his arms, unpeg them from the wings here, bring them down, Rotate them at the elbow, and then just fold the landing gear up so his fist is revealed. There's his body. Plug in his headmaster. And now he can hold these little weapons as guns, if you prefer to have him do that. Just like that. These also, the official transformation shows these. There's little pegs right here, peg holes inside the leg. You can actually take these, peg them into the leg like that, and then they will fit into the openings here in the little heel piece, and you can have those store in his legs. It does kind of, especially on this side, it does fill in the hollowness of the legs, and on this side especially, it keeps this piece from folding up into the leg. So there is an advantage to it. Where did I put that? Oh, it's still in his hand. Let's see if you line that up. Now it doesn't collapse up into the thigh like that, or not the thigh, the calf. And same, no head articulation. He does have ball joints at the shoulders, although they are a little limited by the shape. He doesn't have the cutouts like Naughty does, so he is a little limited in the poses he can get his arms in. Ball joints at the elbow. He does have a waist swivel. Ball joints at the hip. Ball joint at the knee. And a little bit of toe articulation, although he doesn't have, unless you count this whole front of the shin rotating, which does work for some support, but you don't want to risk breaking the tip of the gun off. He does get a little bit of ankle tilt, although it's not, I think, technically the intent. And just for fun, here they are with their Titan's Return counterparts to get an idea of how big they are. So yeah, it's a neat little set that continues in the War and Pocket, palm size, not War and Pocket, that's a different line, but the pocket size Transformers Palm series figures. They're fun little headmasters. Like I said, Mindwipe, I think, they both look cool as robots. Mindwipe, I think, pulls off his alt mode a little better. Brainstormer and Blue Cat, you saw it. It's technically a functional looking little jet, but it is, what's the word I'm looking for? Altered from his standard jet mode because of the size of the figure. Build quality is solid. I'm happy with that. Like all of these guys have felt like really solid chunks of plastic. Although, like I said, they do make some cosmetic differences to alt modes to make them work in some cases. But there they are. Unique Toys, Blue Cat, and Naughty.